Renew Building is the title of the project that I'm going to briefly sketch out. My name is Robert Wimmer. I'm the head of the Center for Appropriate Technology, GRAT, which is located at the University of Science and Technology in Vienna, and is organized as an independent association focusing on demonstration, research, and dissemination projects in the framework of sustainable development. So here are some of the key experts that you're going to deal with if you decide to take contact or participate in one of our projects. And it's kind of an interdisciplinary group, also international, and I think that's the very core of problem solving, to think across boundaries of individual disciplines. So that is one of our strategies that we apply to a number of areas, not only research but also demonstration. And the highlighted ones are those involved in the current project of Renew Building. So it's about renewable resources and energy, it's about sustainable building, and to a certain extent it's also about design of interior, but also design of products and building materials. What you can see here on the left picture, that is actually the result of one of the previous life projects that we were lucky to be supported. It was completed in 2005, and it's a building where we tried to achieve the factor 10. So it's getting a little bit cold in here, right? I assume the heating was already turned off. So in a building like this, very nice building, very traditional, but still having quite a high heating demand. So what we try to do here is lowering this heating demand to almost zero, and we succeeded. So what we need for this building is just less than 5% of what a conventional building would use for heating purpose. So it's actually, it doesn't have a heating system anymore. And in Austria we have a climate situation, it's not that severe compared to Helsinki, but we have temperatures of minus 20 degrees as well. So the whole building is insulated with a thick layer of straw bales, and actually we can do this kind of buildings when it comes to new design. But nevertheless, we also have to think about how do we deal with the existing building stock. So how do we do with the many buildings that are out there and consume heating, fuel every winter? And this is the challenge that we take with the new project. So to educate the building branch and to help them finding solutions that can come close to this almost zero energy performance. So it's about dissemination of best practice knowledge. It's also about really showing what can work and establishing a number of demonstration sites. And it's also about awareness raising when it comes to sustainable building in general. In the main target groups, think of the building developers who are still far from these kind of topics. They look at totally different assets. Why the building sector? It's very easy to explain if you look at this kind of graphics. So you can easily see that the building branch is among the highest resource consuming industry that we have. So about, I think it is the most material intensive business sector. And also when it comes to the building waste, about 50% of waste generated from all our economy is generated in the building sector. So then we have to start with these branches. So there's an old saying in the countryside where I was raised: if you want to fill a bucket with water, then don't put it under the tap where it's dripping, but put it under the tap where it's flowing. And the building branch is such a flowing tap, right? So we can harvest a lot of CO2 savings. I'd like to briefly show you the project structure and the methodological outline. So we are having a number of training sessions together with national and international experts targeting several groups in the building sector, not only the architects and the planners, but also the craftsmen and those who are in day-to-day business with the buildings, because they have to implement the right things and they have to follow kind of new strategies which are not yet widely spread in the craftsmen's area. So, but we don't only lecture this kind of stuff, but we want to really show how it's going with a number of real sites, real construction sites, where the practical training program takes place. And these construction sites form our model cases then that will later be channeled through a knowledge base to reach a far wider audience. So it's like theory, practice, demonstration, and then put the whole thing on a easy, accessible knowledge base, and then feed it also into academic lectures. So we're going to have a lecture, a class at the architecture faculty of University of Technology in Vienna, which will deal with these topics as well. So the project phases in brief. Of course, we have to carefully select which kind of demonstration sites are we going to choose. So we want to have a wide range of different renovation purposes, ranging from these traditional buildings, which are far more carefully to treat because they are kind of cultural heritage. You cannot just put a thick layer of insulation on such a building, but still you can find ways to optimize the energy performance of such a structure without compromising its cultural heritage. So this, and we can actually learn a lot from traditional knowledge, from traditional materials as well. And we want to bring this knowledge from the historic application to a modern use, which we can apply to our existing building stock. Okay, the method I have already mentioned, it's a kind of mix between practice, theory, and media, including e-learning tools. And transfer dissemination is also holding a high share in our tool set because we simply want to roll out the strategy to a large number of participants. Okay. So the expected result is like a 50% reduction of building waste. We want to create more and more followers. We were pretty successful with the so-called S-House project that I showed you in the very beginning. I think it was accomplished by 2005, and since then we had more than 3,000 visitors, all of which are experts and architects from quite a large number of European but also Asian countries. So this is the contact address. If you have any further inquiries or if you're simply interested in having some kind of exchange, please don't hesitate to contact us anytime. Thank you for your attention so far.